Na, sziasztok, hello, Zotya, napkirálya, meg szia, Súlyka, meg Mumacsi, meg René, meg Beko, meg Ferenc, meg Barna, meg húha, elúrott a chat. Sziasztok, hello, Bloody, Dank, Tonyik, Fanboy, Pista, mindenki, hello, Twixer, Muloklan, Sicario, hello, Gelike, meg Levi, meg Dávid, meg Ádám, hello. Sziasztok! Na, megy gyakorlatilag, tulajdonképpen megy. Egy kis horror hétfő, egy kis horror scary videó, aztán pedig egy kis, hát nem tudom mennyire scary játék is. Szia Talman! Meg hello Cortez, úgyhogy mehet. Tehát nem tudom, hogy spooky de scary. Úgyhogy menjen. Még egy kis pulzust is állítunk. Trauma. Pedig ez jó volt, na mindegy. ...2022 legscariebb videói.
A child is woken up late at night and does something that has left its
Aztán egy
parents
kis
completely disturbed.
játék, ami scary.
This footage was taken in the middle of the night when all of a sudden this happens.
Na tessék, ha megint a gyermekek. Kimászik, baszki. Hát reméljük, hakszor nincs itt még.
Somehow, the child maintains a perfect balance as it reaches out towards something. Viewers believe that it's reaching out to a paranormal entity inside the room. Whether it's malicious or not is unknown. But given the situation the child is in, some believe that a sinister presence was responsible for the child's behavior.
Hát most nincsen hype, mert így ugyanolyan a játék, mint amilyen eddig volt. Majd, hogyha így lesz a nagyobb update, akkor valószínűleg menni fog. A konkrétan annyi van, hogy kiadták a játékot ugyanúgy, mint ahogy előtte volt a, nem tudom, alpha beta teszteken.
A man is woken up by a mysterious noise when something very strange is caught on camera. This video was posted about 9 months ago, and the person who recorded this says that while spending the night at his aunt's house, which is very old, unusual events took place. This is the video he took.
I'm still hearing voices.
Ezek scary videók.
Jesus Christ.
A bizarre boob. Szia Roland. Jó, az előző videó viszont, az előző videóra nem tudtál volna mit mondani, te se Erza. Összefostad volna magad, igazából ott lettél volna.
A child's voice is heard close to the camera. In a frantic motion, the person recording fled from the room and headed straight to his car upon hearing whispers coming out of nowhere. Not much else is known about the video, which makes it even more mysterious.
No, ez
Even
volt, ja.
The encounter itself is scary alone. A security guard named Simon Lockhart works the night shift at a hotel. The hotel is believed to be haunted, as there have been multiple reports of paranormal sightings. One night, while being on duty, Simon checks on a noise that seems to be coming from an attic space inside the hotel. He goes in and encounters something pretty strange.
Ott azért lehetett meg kell nézni először. Nem? Hogy van-e freezing?
The restaurant connected to our hotel. The door's been wide open. And they said they've seen lights going on and off in here. This is the attic area. Very, very narrow stairs, and I just smashed my head on this freaking pipe.
Nem láttam, csak hallottam. De azt hallottam, hogy amúgy nem sok minden... Mármint, hogy azt hallottam, hogy óriási update, és közben meg azt hallottam utána, hogy amúgy nem sok minden változott.
Oh my... There's no one here. There's no one here. Nope. Nope. Okay. Okay. I'm out. I'm out. Okay. Just leave me alone.
Simon was immediately rushed to the hospital after falling from the attic. He says that an unseen force had tugged on his shirt, but has no clue as to what exactly touched him. Even more strange is that before the so-called accident, he heard a clear voice say "get out" as soon as he entered the attic. Viewers believe that a spirit dwells inside and was upset with Simon for coming in.
Persze, ez, hogy tixdezik, de emlékeztek, amikor fazmofóbiában nem mert bejönni a házba.
This video was taken over a year ago, and it seems that paranormal activity still occurs at this hotel. Yet, paranormal experiences Simon has had.
Hát ilyen történne vele, az meg lámpa izével nélkül nem benne sehol reflektorral. Ilyen reflektoros Jackie lenne rajta, érted? Vagy izé, póló, vagy táska. Így két ilyen nagy reflektor lenne itt, ami mutatja a fény neki.
He proceeds to take out his phone and record the strange event, but what he captures leaves him deeply unsettled. Now, according to Brandown, he had played with the Ouija board a few days before.
Megint Ouija board.
Because of this, he believes that what happened that night was paranormal in nature. All in all, this incident has spooked him to his core.
Hát nyomj meg, Ferenc, majd szólj, hogyha streameled, és akkor megnézzük, jó?
Eerily enough, the face can be seen peeping at Brandown before disappearing from sight. But, scariest of all, the bedroom door suddenly closes on its own. Given that Brandown had played with the Ouija board before this, viewers aren't surprised that this happened. But still, what he encountered is absolutely terrifying.
Hát 2022-ben a szellemek nem voltak a legügyesebbek.
A child is seen sleeping in their crib, when all of a sudden, something pretty creepy is caught on camera. It's worth noting that this incident took place at exactly 3:33 a.m., which many people believe means something. Whether it signifies something good or bad, the incident itself is pretty strange. The child is sleeping when this happens. For some mysterious reason, the child wakes up and then quickly stands before staring at something in the room. They stare at whatever it is that's in the dark, when seconds later, a toy or some sort of music box goes off by itself. Then, without warning, the crib shakes on its own. No other information is
Jó,
given on this
nektek,
video,
nektek jó
and the
Luigi
original source
bordodást.
is unknown. But I'll leave it to you to come up with your own conclusions on this footage.
Persze Erzát kéne behívni ilyen forensicsnek, hogy mindegyik videót debunkolnia kell.
The following footage was shot by someone who in the video seems to be taking in the view of the river before them. All appears to be normal until the camera catches something in the distance. Upon zooming in, it becomes apparent that whatever was caught on camera had most likely ruined the mood of the person recording. Now there isn't that much info on the clip, but it still speaks for itself. This is what was captured.
Domingo, curtindo uma cachoeira em Leeds, Rio de Janeiro. Reparem no visual, na mata. Agora o melhor de tudo é essa queda d'água. Muita água. Muita força. Uhul! Ih, caraca! Uma coisa ali. Caraca, apareceu um cara ali no meio da água. Mozinho! Mozinho, você viu o cara no meio da água? Caraca! Ali, mozinho!
Az még az is, hogy Erza?
Not too far from the camera, there seems to be someone or something bathing in the roaring rapids of the river. After being splashed by countless river waves, the figure all of a sudden vanishes. It's as though the waves had washed away the shadowy form, but then suddenly it comes back for a split second before being taken away by the river again. Now, even if we don't know what the person behind the camera is saying, we can hear it in their voice how surprised they are by the strange figure in the distance. Unfortunately, the lack of info on this video makes it likely that we'll never know for sure who or what was seen.
A 24-es elvileg azt mondta Erza, hogy ez nagyon durca
As
lesz.
with most videos found online,
Basszeg, Erza van a videón!
to no information, it is still nonetheless very strange. Although not enough context is given on the clip, a viewer of the video comments that it came from someone who's been dealing with unusual occurrences at home. They placed the camera inside their bedroom to capture the strange events that often
Ez
happen
valószínűleg
inside.
tényleg Erza.
It appears to be late at night when the following happens. Watch.
Fekete-fehérben nem látszódik ennyire Ferinc. Ez biztos, ez tényleg ő.
The man is suddenly lifted off the bed as though something is pulling him upwards from his feet. In a panic frenzy, the man scoots all the way over to the other end of the bed, seemingly trying to make sense of what just happened. The video then cuts to black. The lack of a backstory to this video keeps it shrouded in mystery, making it a bit harder to know what exactly occurred. But what's your stance on this? Real or not? I'll let you be the judge.
Hát, ezt csak Erza tudja megmondani, hogy mi történt.
Zoe, Bruno, and her family live on a farm that they believe is haunted. Based on videos that Zoe has posted, viewers believe that it's not just haunted, but also cursed. In a recent video, Zoe shared that one of her pigs had given birth to a pair of baby pigs born with unusual deformities. Unfortunately, they were born dead. Now, this was unlike anything the family has ever seen. Because of this, along with other strange occurrences, they believe that something very odd is happening on their farm. But then one night, something really terrifying was caught on camera.
Úgy konkrétan ezt a klippet, ezt láttuk
When she
már.
heard weird noises coming from the pig stable outside, she began to record immediately. This is what was caught.
Hola chicos, estoy grabando este video porque mi papá y mi mamá se fueron a comprar una cosa en el almacén y mi hermano Seban está en la pieza, pero yo sentí el olorado por acá. No sé qué está pasando, pero quiero tratar de grabar. ¡Ah! Miren eso. ¡Ah! ¡Ah!
If you look close enough, you can see what appears to be a face peeping from behind a wooden post. Whoever, or whatever this is definitely unsettling to look at. Naturally, Zoe's sister had reacted the way she did. She's alive and well, but mentally, she is not okay, for what she'd seen in the stable has left her shaken up. Her family has no idea as to what she'd seen, but viewers seem to think that it was something supernatural. Until Zoe posts more footage, we won't know for sure what this was. Currently, there has yet to be an update on this whole incident. A man named Jacob lives in a house that he recently inherited from his grandmother. Jacob isn't too sure if he wants the house, as it's out of shape and requires a lot of fixing. But after the following incident, it seems that he's already made up his mind. It's late at night when Jacob wakes up to a noise inside his bedroom. This is what he caught.
I just heard knocking from the closet.
Hát nem tudom. Ezt akartam mondani, hogy nem tudom, hogy kinek van ilyen, de bazdnek, hogy a faszomba tud aludni, akinek itt, az, hogy miért?
A knocking sound can be heard coming from the closet. However, when he checks inside, nothing is in there. But then, moments later, loud banging can be heard from the other side of the room. Clearly, Jacob was spooked out of his mind. Yet
Azt
something else
bezárta magát
happened
itt
that
a
Jacob
hátra,
didn't
vagy
realize until
kamrába, vagy mi
rewatching
az.
this video. At the start of the clip, the clown doll on top of the drawer can be seen staring at the bed, but then later, it is seen staring at the door. Ever since seeing this, Jacob has moved the doll downstairs to the living room. He states that it came alive that night and is glad that he caught evidence of it. Although pretty spooky, the video remains a mystery. But thanks to this incident, Jacob has made up his mind on whether or not he should keep the house. Overall though, what happened that night has left him beyond terrified.
Hát bazdnek, akinek egy ilyen bóc van a házában, bazdnek.
When it comes to videos on poltergeist activity, it seems that the most believable ones are those in which the video was initially recorded for a different reason. In this case, YouTuber Mowgli85 was recording the trailer for the Simpsons movie from the film's official website for the sole purpose of uploading the trailer to his channel. However, while videotaping the trailer, something pretty creepy happens.
Azt is láttuk, nem? Jó, ez is gagyi volt, nem? Nyilván ott a Ouija board, klasszikus.
Out of nowhere, things begin to move on their own. Now, after rewatching the video, viewers had pointed out that the Ouija board in the corner of the room might be the reason as to why all this is happening. According to Mowgli, he'd been playing with it prior to this incident. So, according to viewers, it makes sense that something like this would occur. But what do you think? Is this actual footage of something paranormal? Or is it simply a video that's been staged?
Na, akkor mégis van olyan szellem,
There
aki
has yet to be
elmosogat
a
szikerjó
definitive
helyett?
answer to this question. The following video comes from James Fodder, who recently bought a doll from a secondhand store.
De miért?
Apparently, the doll is worth a lot more than what the store was selling it for. For this reason, James had bought the doll. However, ever since bringing it home, strange things have been happening. From hearing strange noises at night to seeing doors open and close on their own, James suspects that the doll might be responsible for the unusual activity. And so, he decides to record the doll in front of a camera inside an empty room. He hopes to capture footage of something that would prove it's haunted. Initially, nothing odd is captured in the first few days of recording, but then, one night, something very strange happens. Now the camera that he uses is programmed to move wherever it picks up movement, so if something moves, it will point to that object. We can see it doing that in this footage, but strangely, the camera pans around the room as though it's picking up movement from somewhere. This is what was captured.
Szia, Divcsó.
Could it be that the camera is detecting an unseen presence? Or is it just not functioning properly? Although it's likely that there's a problem with the camera, something really creepy happens 2 nights later inside the room, which has made him think that the camera was actually picking up something. James is away from home when the following happens. He writes, "Just wow, I've been leaving the closets open in case anyone thinks I'm hiding inside. I don't even know what to say." This is what was captured.
Ez retek baba, basz meg.
Out of James's bathroom comes out what appears to be a dark, shapeless figure. It seems to dart across the floor before disappearing from sight. James believes that this may have been the apparition that was being picked up earlier by the camera. He also thinks that this mysterious figure might be attached to the doll. Ever since then, he's been filming more at night. Little does he know that he'd be capturing something way more terrifying than this. James is sleeping in his room upstairs when the following happens.
Bazdmeg Ghost Orbok telibe. Nem?
On camera,
Ja,
the doll
nagyjából
moves
ugyanúgy
on its
mozgott a
own.
kamera.
It appears to move for just a few seconds before abruptly stopping. Feeling very unsettled, James posts the footage online to see if anyone could explain this video. It's not sure if he'll continue to hold on to this doll based on what occurred, but it might be best if he keeps it locked up inside this room, as an occurrence like this definitely warrants it. This next video was submitted by Aaron Tipsy. who states that a friend of his had sent him a creepy video. In it, Aaron's friend can be seen sleeping inside their bedroom when something downright terrifying is captured. It's around midnight when this is filmed. What better way to induce insomnia than by watching a video like this? Now, it's worth mentioning that the same video can be found on TikTok. However, the context given for that video is different from the one that was submitted to me. Aaron states that his friend has no recollection of ever doing this in their sleep, whereas the one on TikTok states that they were fully conscious when they did this. Whether conscious or not, the imagery of this video is still nonetheless pretty disturbing. All in all, this video is a great source of nightmare fuel. A salesman stays at a hotel and captures footage of something pretty disturbing. The following video comes from a salesman who was traveling overseas for a business trip. Due to travel restrictions affecting
Még a kamu is érted azután. Ilyet csinál valaki mondjuk pizzből utána, tehát hogy az meg,
self-quarantine took place at a hotel.
akkor is inkább kiütöd, aztán alszol többet.
But during the 7 days that he's there, something really creepy happens. On the second night of his quarantine, the salesman is talking to a friend via webcam when all of a sudden, this happens.
Ez az nagyon jó így.
飯の時はノックされるんやけど。隔離はいつまで？まああと5日。
After checking to see who was knocking at his door, the salesman returns to his seat, seeming unfazed by the mysterious knocks. He chalks it up to a hotel employee who might have accidentally knocked on the wrong door. A few minutes pass, and the conversation between the two then segues to the topic of food served at the hotel. But as they continue to talk, something shakes up the salesman.
Oh. アジア料理が多いな、やっぱ。また聞こえたね。また？今録画してるまだ。してる。あ、ちょっと待って。何してんの？ちょっと見て。その強盗とかだったらやばいんじゃない？まあ、証拠取れる。あ、証拠？ちょっとフリーズしてるけど、証拠取れなくない？あ、大丈夫。いないじゃん。誰もいない。誰もいないでしょ。おう。前の部屋のやつがなんかいたずらでやってんじゃない？
It is at this moment when his friend thinks that a next-door neighbor is playing tricks on him, yet the salesman isn't sure if anyone is occupying the rooms near him. His friend then jokes that the room he is in might be haunted. The salesman doesn't think much of this and decides to go to bed. However, later that night, he is woken up by someone knocking at his door. Though this time, he fails to capture anything on camera as the knocking stopped when he started recording. But he was now more determined than ever to catch whoever it was who was playing with him. The next day, as he waits patiently for the knocks to occur, this happens.
Köszi. Szia, Hakszor. Az egy iPhone kamerához képest az egy gyenge, nem?
Once again, there is no one at the door. He checks both ends of the hallway, but not a single person is in sight. It is at this point that the salesman questions his sanity. But just when things couldn't get any more creepy, something else happens that has left him completely spooked. The following night, he is woken up once again by mysterious knockings, but this time, something far more unexplainable happens. After checking again to find no one at the door, the salesman turns around and sees all doors inside open. Naturally, he was in total shock. He was now convinced that the room he had booked is actually haunted. Perhaps his friend was right after all. Something is inside this room.
Konkrétan amúgy,
It's
ja.
what happens the following night, though, that leaves him beyond terrified. On the
Hát,
sixth night of his
nem,
quarantine,
tehát az ilyenekre nem lehet amúgy más mondani, hogy nyilván csak az, hogy kamu, de kicsit álljunk hozzá úgy, hogy nem az. Tehát
And to no surprise,
senki nem
he's
csinálja.
woken up by someone knocking
De
at his
jó,
door.
amúgy vannak olyanok, akik
But
igen.
as he walks over to the entrance, the salesman immediately notices something odd. The knocking doesn't appear to be coming from outside, but rather from inside his room.
Te.
Upon opening the door, he finds no one there.
Ja, a fürdő
The
amúgy.
salesman is at a loss for words. He is now sure that whatever is going on is beyond explanation. Now, it's a good thing the salesman had set up a second camera, as the following incident would have gone unnoticed. During the time he's inside the bathroom, a bottle falls on its own. If you look closely, you can see the bottle move slowly towards the edge before falling over. Like with all occurrences, this one has left him baffled. Luckily though, the salesman won't be staying here any longer, as the next day will be the end of his quarantine. To this day, he can't think of anything that could explain what happened in that room. The salesman thinks that the room might be haunted. But, like most videos, it's hard to be sure if that's the case. It's not certain if this whole incident was just a setup, or actual paranormal evidence. Until it's made clear as to what exactly happened, you be the judge on whether or not something paranormal occurred. For more info on this video, you can check out the channel Fourth Wall, where other paranormal clips can be found.
Jó, amúgy ezeknek a nagy része ilyen, semmilyen, tehát hogy bárki meg tudja csinálni, bárki tudna ilyen videót csinálni, de attól még...
When he stumbles upon a small house that seems to be abandoned. After hesitating at first...
bazdmeg, ez a kedvencem, ezek a kedvenceim. Látunk sétálgatunk az erdőbe, látunk egy elhagyatott házat. Hát mi a baj lehet, vegyük föl kamerára, bemegyünk, aztán azt se tudjuk mi van, érted, ki tudja. Természetesen kutyaszar kamerával vegyük föl. Ilyen proxy, ez már este, az meg, hát nem lehet látni semmit így se. Ugye, áram van. Most akkor sapka az öreget? Nem azt mondta, hogy szob le az öreget? Persze, azt Pista be megittél már nem tudom mióta, érted? Bement a faluba, érted, sörözni. Azt random faszi meg itt bejárkál, érted, az erdő közepén a házába.
It appears that the house wasn't abandoned after all, yet it's unknown as to who or even what had been inside. Whether it was the owner of the house or something else, there's no denying that whoever or whatever this was has left the man completely disturbed.
Mármint,
Maybe next time
ezek a videók így
before entering a
nagyon
house in the
humorosak,
middle
mert
of
ez
the
hogy
forest.
nyilván, ez biztos, hogy kamu. De hogy amúgy...
This next video comes from a man named Chris Hill, who you might recall from a previous video. From exploring abandoned places to seeing things that he can't explain. Chris has had his fair share of creepy occurrences, but his most recent exploration may just be the creepiest. Like most places, Chris visits an abandoned warehouse at an undisclosed location. Inside, there are plenty of empty crates lying around and lots of debris. Although mostly empty, he can't help but feel a certain presence inside this building. Small critters might have made this place their home, but to Chris, it seems that something else is living inside.
Ez
He
2022-es
searches all
válogatás.
around and finds nothing. But here's where things start to get really creepy. As Chris continues to explore the place, he finds a small staircase that leads him to the floor below. He takes it and finds a room with many doorways. One of them, however, leads to a narrow passage that seemingly has no end. Chris enters the passage, but immediately notices something strange.
Na, várjatok.
Noticeably colder in here.
Igen, ez a videó csak a válogatásban benne.
If you stand right here, it's kind of warm, like normal temperature. But as soon as you go in here, it gets cold. That is creepy as hell. Whoa, that is weird. That is weird. Like, I'm not joking, y'all. What was that? It's noticeably colder
Szép izmok.
in here. Wow. This is gonna be creepy.
Chris has no idea as to why there's a
Na de
sudden
itt nem
change in
volt
temperature
lehet
upon entering
ellenőrzés.
inside. Confused and scared, he walks further into the passage, not sure where it would lead.
Ja, de ez egy válogatás
He
videó.
eventually arrives at an area that is more spacious and emptier. However, it is during this time when things take a dark turn. He goes in and sets up a few cameras before exploring the whole space. One camera in particular is an infrared camera that is able to record in real time. When he's done setting up all the cameras, he continues to explore the site, but unbeknownst to him, this is captured.
Still gotta go down there too.
Aha, menj oda, hülye gyerek.
Did you hear that?
Nem, bazd meg, nem.
That was loud.
Amúgy, tehát... Azért ez... Tehát...
What the hell? What the fuck was that?
Mondom, kellene lennie ennek erre egy szónak, az amikor így... Tehát amikor te érzed magad kínosan, mert valaki
Was that noise?
valami olyat csinál, az nem, az a cringe. De az, amikor valaki olyan tehát hülyeséget csinál, és te érzed azt, hogy ez meg idióta, akkor arra kéne valamilyen szó. Ez nem az. Láttad, ez ott a nyíl?
Had it not been for the second camera, this would have been missed. A mist-like figure can be seen approaching Chris from a distance before reaching him. Eerily enough,
Hát nem tudom,
Chris
szerintem pont
turns around
kikerülték
as soon as the
egymást,
figure
nem?
gets to him. And, as if that wasn't creepy
Nincs az.
enough, a strange-like figure in the corner can be seen peeping at the camera. Chris has no clue as to what this could have been, but viewers can't help but think that this might have been some supernatural creature that was spying on Chris. Whatever it might have been, he is certain that he won't be coming back to this place
De
ever
tudjuk,
again.
hogy visszajött,
With all that's happened, one
mert a
can
másik
ask,
videó volt ennek a
what
folytatása.
exactly had been spying
Tehát
on
tudjuk, hogy
Chris?
visszajött ez a barom. Ugye?
You might recall from a previous video about a woman named Lauren Combs who lives in a house in the middle of nowhere. Ever since moving in, she can't shake the feeling that something is haunting her.
Igen. Tehát, hogy egyébként csak hívhatjuk, nem is tudom milyen neve volt az Insta, vagy TikTok nevén, Barack Bérgyilkos 99.
That are thought to be paranormal in nature. Although most of these incidents are pretty spooky, it's the most recent video that was captured that is by far the most unsettling. It's close to midnight when the following takes place inside Lauren's living room. Lauren writes, "Ignoring it is out of the question now. I'm just going to document what I can and start to reach out to people that can come help." This is her footage.
Szökefuchs. Hát nem tudom, hogy meg tudnám magyarázni Paxel.
Strangely, Lauren's dog begins to whimper
Igen,
before an
mert
object falls
volt
on
egy
its
másik
own.
videó erről, emlékszem én
It's
is.
almost as though her dog had sensed the strange activity that was about to ensue. Following that, a doorbell starts to go off on its own, but the footage outside shows no one at the door. Now, as many viewers have stated, opening the door may not have been a good idea, as according to them, whatever was ringing the doorbell is now inside the house. Although it isn't sure if something was let in, the following incident seems to suggest otherwise. It's 3 in the morning when suddenly this happens.
Because my shirt is 6 and I won. I give you 6 points, I'm deducting 7. This is ridiculous. Don't make me think about numbers again. A brave and accurate decision. Yes, my captain. Yes. Holy captain.
Na és ez mi? Na? Ha? Hm? Talán Sicario volt?
All of a sudden, Lauren's hair is pulled by something. At first, Lauren thought that her cat had done this, but upon looking all around, she noticed that her cat wasn't there. As one would imagine, she was left beyond spooked. The activity in her home seems to be getting worse, and it seems that she isn't getting much help to solve this problem. But of course, what are your thoughts? Is Lauren being haunted by something? Or is something else going on here?